Let's go. Let's go. Sub-Zero update. How's he looking over here? Sub-Zero getting bigger? Oh, he's tired, though. He just got a yawn right at the beginning. All right, to start today's show, we are going to have Liliana back by popular demand. We have had a lot of feedback on Liliana starting our show, who's our middle child of 5. So she has another song that she has begun to practice. So she's going to play it. Okay.
Look at his face.
So we're going to give Liliana a challenge, by the way. So when the French Open begins, we aim to do everyday shows, at least every other day shows. Should we ask Liliana to open up every show with a new song? 1's in the chat if that's a yes, 2's in the chat if it's a no, and 3's in the chat if it's too much pressure. All right, Lily, are you ready? What song are you playing and what is it?
I'm playing When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars, except for it's going to be When I Was Your Girl.
There you go.
His mofo.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Let's settle in for this one.
What's 3? What
Jose P said too much pressure.
Too much pressure.
All right, Lily, go ahead. Knock it out of the park. Let's go.
Same bed, but it feels just a little bit bigger now. Our song on the radio, but it don't sound the same. When our friends talk about you, all it does, it just tears me down. My heart breaks a little when I hear your name. It all just sounds like too young, too dumb to realize that I should have brought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours. And I had the chance. Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with flip.
It's okay.
I got the lyrics.
She's practicing. Let's go.
I got the lyrics right,
You
but
go.
I didn't switch up. Okay, yeah.
All right. Catch on. Finish up. Studio. Let's go. Come on.
My pride, my ego, my needs, and my selfish ways turned a good, strong man like you to walk out my life. Now I never get to clean up the mess I made. Oh, and it haunts me every time I close my eyes. It all just sounds like too young, too dumb to realize that I should have brought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours, but I had a chance. Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but he's dancing with another girl. Although it hurts, I'll be the first to say that I was wrong. Oh, I realize that it was too late to try and apologize for my mistakes. Well, I just want you to know I hope he buys you flowers. I hope she holds your hand, gives you all her hours when she has a chance. Takes you to every party, 'cause I remember how much you love to dance. Do all the things I should have done when I was your girl. Do all the things I should have done when I was your girl.
Bravo.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Thumbs up and thumbs up for that one. Let's go. Great job.
Yes.
So
It's a song dedicated for Nole because finally tennis is in the right hands.
let's go.
Thank you.
Great job, Lily.
Thank
You may sit in as usual, but if not, I think people have voted that it either may be too much pressure for a song every show, or maybe you can just learn a couple throughout.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hello and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Today is Sunday, May the 15th, 2022. Do you want to recenter?
Yes, I guess.
Yeah, let's recenter real quickly. Yeah.
Oh. Malfunction.
Minor. All right. Let's go. All right. By the way, the draws will be out for the French Open this upcoming week. The qualies will start, I think, Tuesday. Is that correct? The qualies are Tuesday. That's important for anyone playing the $500 cash competition as well as the $100 fantasy team competitions. Because in the fantasy team competition, you must either pick one qualifier or one wild card. So if you're wanting to play those big time competitions for big time money, make sure you check the playlist, that this video's on for the video titled $500 cash giveaway competition, as well as fantasy teams. It's short, it's brief, and the rules are right there and how to enter. All right. A couple shout outs to start today's show. Shout out number one to YTech Strings and the owner of that company, Ivor Savage, and as well a shout out to Diadem Sports, Adam Friel, who both keep us loaded with stuff to give away throughout majors, and that we have again this year. So a big shout out to Diadem Sports and YTech Strings. Shout out number two. Shout out number two is something from Carla. So Carla, I think you have a shout out from someone that sent you a personal email this morning about something maybe they wanted to do on the show during the French Open.
Yes. Name is Plamen Kasarov. He said, hello, guys. I really like your YouTube channel and what you do. And I'm wondering if it's possible for you to make a video for men's first round prediction for every match. Just a few words for every game. It would be very interesting for people who are interested in this sport to hear your expert opinion.
A wonderful thing. Thank you very much for the comment. That was a personal email, so he did a little research, I think, to send us that. So thank you for the time. Thank you for the comment. We did, by the way, when we first started doing the show 4 years ago, we would sit on the balcony and we would talk about each match. Sometimes they would get long. I think like 3 hours. Sometimes we would sit and talk tennis. And some people would say abbreviate that, but yes, we can absolutely do that. So
we can try because back then we didn't have a full-time job.
Well, not full-time. We were a full-time job, but we were right down the street.
Oh, we were still doing eBay at that point.
Oh yeah, we were still hustling sneakers. Yeah.
Yes.
And we still do hustle sneakers, but we just do that kind of more on the side instead of 100%. But yes, thank you for the comment. Last shout out before we get into Swiatek and her win streak and why Carla may not like to watch her play too much, and we'll find out why here in a moment. But the last shout out is going to go to Rowdy Every Lap. Rowdy Every Lap.
Do you have that?
Okay, yeah, I've got it. So we are big into statistics. We love statistics. I was a psychology graduate in college, and we had to take statistics. So statistics is something that is very important. And Rowdy Every Lap dropped the statistics bomb today. I think on the Dan Patrick show on ESPN, they have stat of the day. This would be stat of the day. So this is from Rowdy Every Lap. Thank you, bro. I think he or she is relatively new. And if not, then I should have shouted that out earlier. Okay, here is Rowdy Every Lap's topic or comment that leads into the first topic. Iga Swiatek is the focal point of this comment. All right, Rowdy Every Lap says this. Iga Swiatek has won 28 matches in a row. She is 37-3 on the season. She has won her last 8 consecutive finals in straight sets, and in those 16 sets, lost 2 or fewer games in 13 of those sets. Most impressive stats. She has won 44 of her last 45 sets, with the one loss being a tiebreaker. And in those 45 sets, she allowed 3 or fewer games in 31 of them. In Rome, Iga Swiatek broke her opponent's serve in 32 of 41 return games. Sounds like Nadal or Djokovic. For people who geek out, me, I love being a nerd. I really do. Let's go.
Not me.
Love it. Let's go. Revenge of the Nerds, baby, right here. Let's get down. Okay, forgot where I left off. Sorry, I interrupted this beautiful comment. For people who geek out over statistics and athletes achieving greatness, she is a dream to watch and follow. I know Rafa is her idol, and when you watch her play, it's like watching a right-handed Rafa in the body of a 20-year-old woman, and much like Rafa, where the serve is her biggest weakness, but dominates in all other areas, especially from the mental side of the game. And big pressure points. You may see games where she gives up 2 or 3 points, but then wins the big points and then the set with ease. And she's winning matches where she doesn't play close to her best. And only great players can do this consistently. Okay? Mm-hmm. Fair enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't see Rafa on her at all. I agree, Jose P. I don't see Rafa at all. Bravo to her for winning.
Okay. Bravo on the comment, by the way.
Bravo on the comment. I don't enjoy. We'll get to that. Let me read some comments before we get to Iga, because I don't want to trash Iga. I'm not trying to trash her at all.
Carla and I disagree a little bit on Swiatek. I agree with some of her takes. She is still not impressed with Swiatek.
No, it's not that I'm impressed. No, you got that wrong. I said great for her. For anyone to dominate right now in women's tennis, bravo, because we've had so many like winners, you know what I mean? So bravo, she's taking advantage of it. She's actually working hard and she's doing what she's got to do. You got to give her credit for that. I just don't enjoy watching her. I don't see anything spectacular. When we had Justine Henin, we had the one-handed backhand. The game was different. She was different. Serena was very dominant. You could feel the power coming from her. Sharapova had the shriek going and she was powerful even when she was down. Even players like Martina Navratilova, she was different. Graf, different.
Celis,
different. Iga's just her technique, first of all, her service is awful. Her forehand, nothing.
Explain that. So,
it's so open. When you look at it, it's so open. You're supposed to be tight when you serve. And she's there's a lot of space here and here.
Yeah, I don't think you mean tight as in physically tight.
No, meaning here when you wind up, you're tight, and then you loosen up. And hers is anyways, and I think that I agree with one person. What they said, the WTA tour right now is really not great. It's not great. It's just not great. I felt like Iga took advantage of, and that's great that she did when Barty left. But, I feel like Clay, anybody can win. Going to different surfaces, it'll be a different story. But let's read some comments. Yvonne said, we can just agree at this point the debate is between Djokovic, I saw he correct this comment, and Nadal. I don't care about the age excuse because Fed won 7 out of his last 8 matches against Nadal, and he's still losing badly head to head.
It's a good comment.
William Spencer said, Jean Schwartz, as non-fan of Novak and Iga, there's not much worth looking at. Unless Alcaraz is playing, it's all too predictable. Iga's walking every match.
Well,
Jean said, William Spencer, that's true. It's kind of boring, and Iga's dominating. Yvonne said, I don't remember the last time I watched the WTA tour. Boring. Sorry. And then Rico says, Novak still won the title, even though the tournament director done everything he could to stop him. 10 years older and giving him less rest, again, like the U.S. Open. I don't know anything about that.
All right, so let me ask everyone a question then. We've heard in some of these comments that the era, is boring or the era is weak, or so let's ask an objective question and let's discuss that objective question. Is Iga Swiatek really good, or is it a relatively weak field besides her? What would happen if Ashley Barty was not retired? Is Swiatek really good, comparable to other greats, or is the field just relatively mundane?
Never mundane. I don't. I feel like if this was a different surface, and I feel like Andreescu's getting back to it. But she's won
28 matches in a row, so you can't necessarily say it's just the surface because that stems back.
But let's look at the matches that she's won. Let's go back and see who she's beat. Let's go look at Rome. Here we go. We'll start with that one. And let's start with Iga, who she beat. We know she beat Sabalenka, who will never win a slam.
The screeching Sabalenka herself.
She beat Jabeur. I've watched some of her matches, and I can't stand watching them. It's Justin put it on today. We were watching Jabeur play her, and I can't do it. I just can't. It's not fun. It's like watching Murray. I can't do it. Okay. I don't enjoy it. She makes me not enjoy tennis.
What are the commonalities between watching Murray play?
It's like the come on. Like you mentioned that gets on my nerves.
So what she?
You got a player 6'2", and you're up 4-2 serving. No shit. Like,
okay.
You gotta yell.
What she's referring to with the come ons is I personally have a big problem. I think the both of us do. When someone is screaming, "Come on, let's go!" like at the end of the first ball, the first point, or after just winning the first set, or maybe just winning a service game, they look to the box. He, she doesn't matter, and they go, "Let's go! Come on!" and scream like they just had their leg chopped off. We both, I think, find that kind of tacky.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, anyways, so that's what she was talking about. She was doing that today a lot in the final. And by the way, you mentioned Ons Jabeur, we both are fans of,
Mm-hmm.
and we have given her incredible amounts of grief about her fitness over the past 4 years doing the show.
Yeah.
And she looked, I'm not saying she looked extremely fit, but she looked much more fit than have seen her in previous years.
So Flo says, I think the WT week is at weak eras is weak. Yes, agree. Ying says it's a shame that Barty is no longer there. Otherwise, things would be very interesting. Jean says, I think the field is kind of weak. Iga's a top tier, and then you have the rest of the field. There's a big drop off Badosa, Sabalenka, Jabeur, Muguruza, who can't even win. Kontaveit, very weak top 10. Agree, very weak top 10. William Spencer says, I find her level of domination rather hard to take as a watcher. Her game looks bad. Someone with such obvious technical flaws and overwhelming game, trashing the rest of the tour is painful.
Okay, Michael Walker puts a comment here that we actually researched and wrote today. Mike Walker, what's up, my brother? Love you a lot. Michael Walker says, Iga is as dominant as Steffi Graf, Monica Seles, Martina Navratilova, and Serena Williams at their best. You have to respect her dominance. Now, Carla, on the way to the grocery store in Mississippi today, what statistics did we write about match win streaks? So Swiatek just eclipsed 28 match wins in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's read off. Mike Walker is always going to drop the historical tennis knowledge bomb. I would not want to play Tennis Jeopardy against Mike Walker.
So,
however, give us the list of top 5 match win streaks of all time.
So we got the longest streak in women's. Martina being number 1 at
Navratilova.
74. 1984 to 1986. That was
74
2 years.
matches in a row.
Graf 66, 89 and 90. Martina Navratilova again, 58, 86 to 87. Court, 57,
Exactly.
72, 73. Ever 55. In 1974, Martina Navratilova again at 54. In 1983 to 84. And Graf had 2 records, 7 and 8, 46 and 45, 88 and 87, or 87, 88.
Now, would you all agree?
There, she is nothing like them.
Would you all agree or disagree that era was much deeper with the likes of Sanchez Vicario and Monica Seles and Capriati and Maresmo? I think Maresmo was just a bit outside of that, at least in her very short prime. So I don't think it's time yet, Mike Walker. Again, love you like a brother for real. I don't think it's time yet to compare her greatness,
definitely not,
to the likes of Graf and Navratilova.
One slam during COVID, Barty beat her and proved that she wasn't all that. Ivan, I like your comment. The field is weak when Raducanu won a slam out of nowhere.
Definitely.
Can you imagine men's tennis with someone who is not the top 5 win a slam? Yeah, and she's dropping in ranking, but yet someone like Michael Walker said that she would be the next great thing, and she is definitely not.
Comment of the day so far goes to Yvonne with a quick, brief knowledge drop. Raducanu who won the U.S. Open? What tournament? What?
Alex Villar says he's right. Iga needs to win more slams. I think Wildlife asked me what would seal the deal for you. I said she won the French Open, but I have a feeling, and I might be right. And if I'm right, I'm going to tell you guys told you so, that she will crash out of the French Open because
too many
matches.
Everyone
expects her to win.
And she's played a lot of matches.
And we know what happens when you are expected to win.
You bail.
We know what happens.
Yes.
So watch, folks. Watch when the French Open starts. That someone that we least expected is going to win the French Open.
Like Krejcikova.
Someone we least expected is going to come playing like they've never played before.
And win the French. How many oddball French Open champions can you name right off the top, shooting from the hip? Let's go to the recent, maybe 25 years, men's or women's. Let's go. Did you expect Schiavone to be in the final against the Australian girl? What was her name? Stoger. Yep. Did you expect Ana Ivanovic to win it that year?
Nope.
Did you expect the guy Gaston Gaudio? Did you expect him to win it?
Nope.
Does anyone remember who Gaston Gaudio was playing in the final?
Yeah, you never know. Pudenseva could win it.
Pudenseva could do it.
You never know.
Alice Cuyar. Yeah,
never know.
Potty mouth Pudenseva.
Never know. I'm telling you, like Martina Hingis could have won French Open finally in Maioli.
Exactly.
Eva Maioli stopped her.
Let's go.
I mean, it happens. I believe that, yes, she will not win it.
All right.
Just because she's going in with the pressure that she is supposed to win it. Everyone's saying, of course she's going to win it. She's won everything.
Yeah, don't lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
How does currently Iga Swiatek right now, with this 28-match win streak, just won another Premier? How does she stack up against the greatest, such as Graf, Justine Henin, Martina Navratilova, Serena Williams, and all the other time greats? How does she stack up pound for pound against them? How are her ground strokes, let's say, how do they differ from the greats? Does anyone notice that Swiatek slaps the ball a lot? She kind of slaps at her forehand.
Yeah.
She rears back there, and then she kind of lets the wrist break, and she's kind of like swatting a fly in there for a moment. She slaps at
I'm
it.
just saying on clay. I like watching what happens in grass and in hard courts. I think that'll be a different story. I think the feel would be more par and par. You know what I mean? I think clay obviously suits her game. She does very well in clay. But I think hard court and grass, I think we'll see a different story. And that's where I like seeing the actual big players, you know, like I like the Osaka. I like Osaka. I'm sorry. For me, technique wise, that is the type of game you want. I like her serve. I like her strokes, you know, and that's the type of game that I want to watch. But I'm not taking away anything from Iga. I just don't think, because of the pressure, we know what happened to most women players. They feel the pressure. It's happened to Serena. Why wouldn't it happen to Iga?
Very true.
Yeah.
Can she be an oddball? Can she do something that not many people can do? Play that many matches and not break?
I like Ryan's comment. Not a comparison yet for Iga. Needs to be consistent, great winning slams for several years before comparing her to the greatest players. Absolutely. I think everybody jumps on this bandwagon when somebody's winning. It's like when Novak was losing. You mentioned everybody was like, oh, no. Now everybody's like, you know,
yeah.
Like,
and we have a topic for that coming up. Yeah, we have a topic about Djokovic being now another Masters 1000 champion. And not long before Rome started, the conjecture abound was that he's rusty, he's washed up. And Carla and I would indicate, you know, he hasn't played, he's rusty, he'll dust the rust off, and he'll begin to win tournaments again. So we're going to have a separate topic for that shortly. Okay.
No,
don't worry about it.
Raducanu is not the GOAT anymore. Chirp, chirp for all the English, Scottish people. And
Raducanu went from everyone saying she was the future GOAT, or some people even said she is the GOAT currently, to Raducanu. Who is that? Who? Okay. Does and here's two questions, kind of a joint question. A, does Iga Swiatek win Roland Garros? I think you just answered. I don't think she wins it.
I don't think so.
I think she's played too much tennis, too many matches.
I won't even choose her in my fantasy. I'll do a fantasy.
Yeah.
And I won't choose her to win that slam.
Yeah, and remember, if you're picking Swiatek on your fantasy team, it's only 1 point per match win. So if she doesn't make like the quarterfinals, then you're only getting a few points for selecting her. But does she win Roland Garros? A, and B, is this a weak era for the WTA? Can you put a poll question out? And we'll keep it short as to not type too much. Watch your bracelet on the keyboard. So the poll question is this. Currently, the WTA level of play is a average.
Wait. We could do it.
Is the current level of WTA play average, above average, or below average?
WTA
play. Meaning, and you can just leave it at that. They just average, above average, above average, or below average. So, in other words, basically what I'm getting at is the current era weak, or is it average, or is it above average?
Above average or the same.
And while you're asking them that, and we'll poll it, I personally feel it's average. I don't think it's below average, but I definitely don't think it's like the years of.
No, I think it's average too. You can't say
it's average.
You can't say below average because it's hard to be a pro, and that's reality. Yeah. It's hard to be a pro. It doesn't matter what kind of feel you have. It's tough to be a pro. Yes.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's average. That's my opinion. Some people may say it's the weakest era I have ever seen, and some people may think it's the best era they've ever seen. I think it's average, bordering on. And Rowdy, every lap. Thanks again for your comment. He indicates, or she, that she wins the entire tournament. I don't think so.
And Pliskova's number 8, still after barely hitting a ball in a year. Laugh out loud.
Okay, here's a good question based upon talking about Pliskova. You all know I'm a big Pliskova fan. She's had some tough losses at big moments. Do you think Pliskova has a better chance of winning Roland Garros than Swiatek?
No.
You don't?
No, she hasn't played much.
I'd be careful with that.
No, I don't think so.
I'd be careful.
No.
Pliskova has a serve, and Swiatek, I'm not saying she doesn't have one, but Pliskova has a dominant serve that actually penetrates the clay, and she can get some free points off of it.
I don't think
right?
so, babe. No, I don't think so.
All right. Okay. How about this? Does anyone want to take me on in a $5 bet? $5. Actually, we'll go 2-to-1 odds. So you bet $5. If I lose, I'll give you 10. I bet that Carolina Pliskova goes further into the French Open than does Iga Swiatek. Anyone want to take the bet? $5. I'll pay you 10 if I lose. It's easy money. I'm just making it fun. Maybe I don't even really think that way, but I wouldn't be surprised because of how many matches Iga Swiatek has played and won 28 matches in a row. At some point, the body is
I guess, Rowdy, you taking that bet?
Who's got it? Rowdy's got it at? Okay, $5. $5. And if you win, I'll pay you 10. And if you lose, pay me 5. Fair enough. Venmo, PayPal, whatever. So
I think I'm going to choose. No, I'm not going to say it. I'll just wait till fantasy. But I have a couple people in mind that I'm going to pick for Roland Garros to win it this year.
Okay, here's another question. For the women's side of Roland Garros, is it Iga Swiatek in the field, or is it the field has a better chance than winning it than her? I'm going with the field here. I'm going with the field only because
I just feel like the pressure. Again, it's happened to many. You're supposed to win it, and then what happens? You crash early.
When you play that many matches in a row, by the way, especially when you're winning them, that means you're giving it your all for the most part, right?
And one thing about Iga, though, that you do have to give her credit right now because she's winning. She has a lot of confidence. So the confidence, she's above that compared to everybody else.
As we play more and more matches consecutively, how does the risk of injury grow? It's exponential, right? At some point, the matches add up and we start getting these little nagging injuries, right? The knee starts hurting, the hand starts hurting, the wrist starts hurting, the net start hurting. Look, in the past, I'm 40. How old am I? 44?
Yeah.
I'm 44. And sometimes now I feel like I can play tennis good one time, like every 2 weeks. And then if I play like all out really good for one time, then it takes me like 13 days to recover. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So not that this has anything to do with Swiatek, but she's played a lot of tennis. And at some point, little nagging injuries happen. Yeah. She's not impervious. She's human.
Yeah, Ryan Mason, good comment. The field, eventually we all have an off day against someone having a good day. It happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great comment. There's an old saying, we have a bad day at the office. Right? When you're playing that many matches, you can't have a good day at the office every single day. Eventually, someone's going to come in and piss in your coffee, and you're going to have a bad day at the office.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just a matter of time.
For all you know, she can get COVID.
There you go.
Just saying. It could happen.
All right. What makes Iga Swiatek right now so much better than the rest of the field? Remember, she's won 28 straight matches. What makes her currently?
She's working hard. She's taking advantage of it. She's got confidence. Tennis is not evolving. No, I have to agree with Yvonne. No, it's not evolving. It's the same, dude.
There's an old saying.
I don't feel like tennis is evolving. What have we seen that's new, Justin? What's evolving?
Well, this is the debate.
That there's more crybabies in the game. More racket smashers.
Carla, this has been a debate you and I have been in coaching seminars. Yeah. You know, we were in the 80s going into the 90s, and we were talking about, the lighter rackets or graphite rackets versus wood or versus the T2000 versus the Pro Staff, and then polyester strings and co-polys and then textured strings and so forth. There's an old saying, and I think it's in mathematics and also philosophy, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Tennis, look, my father will watch this. My father's 84 years old, and he still plays and still coaches our kids and still is active at Mirror Lake, the club in which we teach. And he always says the same thing to me in reflection to other students, right? He's seen it before. He's seen it in the 40s. He's seen it in the 50s. He was born in 1938. He played number 1 for the University of California, Riverside in 50s. I think 55, 56, 57, somewhere in there. In comments, Dad, let him know. But tennis is inherently the same. We have different rackets, sure, different outfits, but for the most part, the tactics are the same, right? I mean, we want to open the court up and hit it where the player is not. We want to create patterns and then add something to throw our opponent off, like go back behind them and so forth. The tennis is very much the same. Sure.
Do you see depth? Like Michael Ward says, more depth on the tour. Chris Evers says, I don't see more depth. I feel like a lot of players are lacking depth. They're lacking variety in their game.
Yeah.
If you look at Sabalenka, all she does is whack the ball. If you look at Sakari, all she does is whack the ball. Most of these players can't even hit a drop shot. How is tennis evolving?
Agree.
Most people forgot how to play the net. How is it evolving?
Yeah.
And there's weak second serves. Please tell me how tennis is evolving.
Yeah.
There is no new shot. There is no variety in tennis. Everybody hits about the same, and that's it.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
What makes the field so much better, or what makes Swiatek so much better, in my opinion, from the rest of the field is dedication and hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to get into a topic in a little while about why tennis is kind of dwindling in certain parts of the world. And all
great comment, Flo.
Read the comment.
I watched some WTA matches. They just hit the balls to return, and there's no game plan. Exactly. Bam, out. Next point. Let me hit it hard again on the return. I hope I get a winner.
Okay, so Chukwu, we always kind of say Chukwu, but if you see Chukwuemeka Nkwori, tennis has evolved. He says, quote, the weight of the shots and the physicality of players has increased. There is truth to that. You didn't see Rafael Nadal like he was in 2010, jacked up, rich city. You didn't see Rod Laver looking like that. I understand that. That's worth its weight in gold.
But that's
I
been
get
like
the
that
physicality.
That's been like that for a while. There's been guys like that.
But yes. So that goes back. I would say there's a far cry from 1950s, 60s, 70s tennis into the 1990s, 2000s. And you understand what I'm saying? There's nothing new in the past 25 years about physicality.
There's nothing new.
And the weight of the shots, meaning the amount of spin, the amount of pressure when the ball bounces and gets. We always say I'm not hitting the ball hard, but there's a lot of pressure on the ball when it comes to you. There is a lot of more bite on the ball. Why? Textured strings?
Maybe in men's tennis, not in women's tennis.
Okay.
I don't see it in women's tennis. I feel like the women's tennis, they're hitting too flat sometimes. No, I don't see that. Maybe the men's, and that's only because you got players like Nadal and Djokovic, and a few out there. Poor Tsitsipas.
He gave up a bagel.
Woo!
Tsitsipas got bagels.
Ryan Mason said nobody can hit a slice backhand anymore. Yeah, I'm just saying there is no variety, and that's what I think I enjoy Barty a little bit more because she had that variety.
Okay. If you're a carpenter and you're trying to build someone's house or redo their kitchen, and you show up to the job and you have a toolbox and you open up the toolbox and all you have in there is a hammer. Okay, great. Okay, that's the majority of women on the tour these days. Just big hitting Sabalenka with a screech. Sounds like they're giving birth on the tennis court.
Yeah, you're right. Someone said, how did she make it on the tour? I don't know. There's plenty of girls that hit that way.
So what we need is on the WTA side, more players that have more than just a hammer in their toolbox. So Barty, for instance, too bad she retired, and I think we'll see her again. I would think so. She's young enough to. But Barty had a screwdriver. She had a hammer. She had a saw. She had a measuring tape. She had a laser pointer. She had everything in her toolbox, and that made her invincible. Swiatek doesn't have as much in her toolbox as Barty did, thank goodness, because I think Swiatek would have some losses already.
Yes.
But Swiatek has a few tools in her toolbox. She has a hammer, a screwdriver, and a saw.
Well, she's mentally strong. I agree with the other guys. But that comes with confidence. If you're winning, you're confident. So you believe in yourself that you could get out of trouble.
People, as you mentioned, i.e. Sakari, i.e. Sabalenka, the grunters, the best grunters of all time. I think you give them the GOAT in that. But they only have like a saw in their toolbox. There's nothing else. So if the saw isn't working, like if there's a telephone pole outside made out of metal and all I have is a saw, I'm not chopping a telephone pole down. So then I'm going to get my ass kicked, right? And that's what's happening. So Swiatek meets these other girls in the past 28 matches in a row, and she has a couple more tools in her toolbox. So if the saw ain't working, she can pull out the hammer. If the hammer ain't working, she can pull out the wrench. Whereas the other girls just have to keep using the saw. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I think that's the tale of the tale. Carla, last thing on Iga Swiatek. You mentioned to me earlier when we were driving to Mississippi, you mentioned to me, quote, I do not enjoy watching Iga Swiatek play. Why? And honest reasons. Why do you not like watching Iga Swiatek play?
The screaming one, it's just not exciting to watch her. I don't feel that. It's again, I could compare to many players. It's like watching Murray play. I've never felt, it's just not enjoyable watching them. It's the same thing over and over and over. There's nothing different about her. Nothing different about her. At least Halep is a little midget playing, running side
Is she truly a midget? What is Halep, like 5'4"?
She looks like a midget on the court. She's not. She's my height.
Is Halep?
She just looks.
Is Halep taller than Diego Schwartzman?
Like I said, Henin had something different. Serena had something different. Celis has something different. Capriati, something different. It was exciting to watch her. Venus was exciting to watch her. Djokovic is exciting to watch sometimes. unless he's smashing the racket. Nadal, Federer, even Tsitsipas. You know, the one-handed backhand, the different variety. I mean, Alcaraz. Yes, you want to watch him. You're glued to it. Even Shapovalov with his jumping backhand. Felix is kind of that. You know, there's some players that you just like Isner. I can't watch Isner. I can't watch Opelka. Schwartzman's the same thing. I can't watch him. You know.
Who do you enjoy watching more? Felix Auger-Aliassime on the men's side or Iga Swiatek on the women's side?
Probably Iga because she's winning.
There you go. All right. Squashing Iga Swiatek. Put in comments. Put him out there. We're going to be doing a lot of shows between now and the French Open final. Put it in comments. What are your thoughts on Swiatek? It looks like on the poll question, 85% of you, and there's a lot of you watching, 85% of you have stated or indicated on the poll question that the current level of WTA play in retrospect to the past, 20, 30, 40 years open era is average. Okay. Second topic, Novak Djokovic is back in the thick of it. All right. He's back in the finals. He wins the final. He gives sissy butts, whatever his sissy name is. What I'm kidding. He's a good player, but because he used to whine at his dad, I think he's cut back on that some. He blasted his dad in the elbow with the tennis racket. What at the Australian Open or something? Anyway, I think he may start to be growing out of the sissiness. I think a little bit, but he sure gave up a bagel today, and that was pretty sissified if you ask me.
And he was up 5-3 serving.
Up 5-3 serving and drops the second set. Novak loses in straight sets. Now, first of all, question number one, has Novak Djokovic gotten all the rust off? And I must define rust. I am one of the people, and I'm calling myself out. I'm making myself look like a schmuck. If I do not play the game literally every single day with positive mental energy and that I'm trying to practice, I play like shit. I don't play well. Carla, am I right or wrong? And the hard part is at my age now, it's hard for me to even dedicate myself to one practice. Now, I love to coach. My mind's always creating drills and always focused on generating future players. That's my passion. But sometimes when I have a tennis ball coming at me these days, I really don't have any motivation to hit it. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know we both go through those days. So Novak Djokovic is the same way in a way. He accumulates rust like the best of us. Okay.
Now, I think it was more than rust for him, though. Babe.
Motivation, tired of the same old.
I think fighting people,
COVID stuff.
I think for Novak, it was more mental. It was more mental and having to deal with all the crap he was having to face because of his decision not to get vaccinated. I think that was the biggest problem too. They kicked him out of Australia. Could not play that slam. Therefore, he lost his number one ranking. Medvedev got it and then lost it again. He does. And so I think it was more mental, and now he's getting his mojo back.
He's getting his groove back.
Yeah.
All right. So just before the Rome tournament, even in the first couple of rounds in Rome, the context of Novak news. What's up, Novak? And what's up, Florence Chan, for the 5K? Did you notice on Florence Chan's picture that she painted for us, there's a goat with the Serbian, and it says Knoll in the middle. So my mom thought this was like a political thing, and it was so crazy. But anyway, Mom, that's definitely not a political thing. That's a goat for greatest of all time with Knoll in the middle, and it's the color of the Serbian flag. Anyway, Novak Djokovic was discussed as, on some channels, he's washed up. He'll never get it back. His mentality is shaken because of what he's been through. He won't win the French Open. He's just the same old, but worse, that type of thing. All right. But now he wins Rome and gives Tsitsipas a bagel, and doing so. Do you think that now the masses, the majority of writers that wrote about Djokovic and how bad he had been playing, do you think their minds have changed and maybe they should apologize and correct what they wrote? Do you think the rust is off and they were wrong now and, hey, I'm back?
Yeah, I mean, he's there. I think Tsitsipas also mentally hasn't been able to snap out of that. Didn't they play against the French Open final? I mean, didn't Novak beat him?
Dominated.
There's a lot there going on.
Yeah.
So at this rate, Tsitsipas is going, might have a hard time winning a slam. Zverev, it seems to get further and further away from him. I don't know.
Does Novak Djokovic make the Roland Garros final? Does he make the finals?
Novak, he has a great possibility. I bet more for him than for Iga.
That's a great poll question. Can you poll that one? Here's the poll question. That's a good poll question. Fist pump on that. That's excellent. Who has a better chance to make the final? Iga Swiatek or Novak Djokovic? Great poll question. Really good poll question. I'm gonna go Novak there because again, Iga Swiatek has played so many matches, 28 matches wins in a row. She is a prime candidate for a nagging injury. I'm sorry. I love the girl. I think she's great, and I agree with Mike Walker. She's dominant, and she is going to continue being a major winner, in my opinion. I know you don't think so, but
I know. I mean, on clay, yeah, for sure.
I think on any surface. Okay, so here's you don't have to pull this next question, but if you had a healthy Bianca Andreescu, if you had a healthy Naomi Osaka, if you had a healthy Serena Williams, say 3 years ago, and you had a healthy Iga Swiatek, who wins the majority of the head-to-head matchups on hard court A and grass court B?
Osaka.
Right? Now, I don't think Osaka's track record at Wimbledon is spectacular.
I think she needs to learn how to play now. I think she has the game for it. If Serena they had the same type of game, why can't she do it? Same with Andreescu, they got the same style.
If a healthy Iga Swiatek plays a healthy Bianca Andreescu at the U.S. Open, who wins? Healthy and healthy.
Who? Healthy what?
If a healthy Andreescu meets a healthy
I mean, it was 7-6.
Swiatek.
It was 7-6, and obviously Andreescu still coming back, went away 6-0 in the next set.
Yeah. Now,
so obviously it was tight. You know, credit to Iga. Like if she would have lost that first set, then she might have been in trouble.
If a healthy meets a healthy Iga Swiatek, and again, I keep 28 matches in a row, she is susceptible to a nagging injury. What about Osaka if perfectly healthy?
Osaka.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And if Swiatek is able to get through those matches, then kudos to her.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. So can Novak Djokovic win Roland Garros?
He can. I mean, you cannot bet against him. You just can't because of the slams that he's won.
Who has a better chance to win Roland Garros?
Anybody can beat Iga. Anybody can beat Michael Walker. It can happen. And we've seen players like Nadal go out, Federer go out to the least expected players, and you're like, what? But that player had that one good day that they needed, and then they lost in the next round.
Raducanu, who?
I mean, just say
Raducanu,
it can happen.
She had the best weeks of her life, and
it can happen. Remember, nothing is guaranteed unless you're a GOAT, which she's not.
Now, by the way, we're talking about Djokovic, but we have not even discussed the person that he beat today and bageled him, Tsitsipas. Stefanos Tsitsipas, currently, right now, what are your thoughts on him moving forward? As we just 4 years ago when we started the show, and before that, you especially were talking about Tsitsipas would be a multiple major winner. He got bageled by an aging, as all the other writers said prior to winning this tournament. He just got bageled by a veteran. What are your thoughts on Tsitsipas moving forward? Is he still a multiple major winner? How about Zverev? Is he multiple major winner?
It seems like it's getting away from them.
It's slipping away.
I feel like more for Zverev, it's getting away from him than Tsitsipas.
It's slipping away.
I feel like it's slipping away for Zverev more than Tsitsipas. I think that Tsitsipas needs Nadal and Djokovic to retire for him to win a slam.
It's slipping away. Look,
Riley is definitely not winning it.
Yeah, that must be Yin Haokur.
No way.
Yin Haokur, what's up, my brother? I'm still waiting for the new Jurassic World movie to come about. Maybe we should fly you here to watch it together. So, okay. So I do think that Novak Djokovic has the capability to win the French Open, especially because he's going to be more fresh. He hasn't played a lot, obviously. He's got some warm-up matches involved. He's got a little bit of freshness about him, and I think it's going to be really hard to beat him. Look, Novak Djokovic made a statement when he dealt a donut to Tsitsipas today. Quite an impressive donut. If you're able to donut after being rusty, Tsitsipas in the final of Rome, heading into the French Open, that's a statement. That's a statement saying, I'm here, and good luck trying to beat me, because I'm in. Okay? Tsitsipas from here, I do not think wins a major. I never said – I always told you I thought he wouldn't. Ultimately, you did. And
I think he'll win a major, but I think it will take, just like TM won his major, it will take for one of those guys not to be there.
All right. Djokovic, let's go. Come on. And thanks again, Florence, for painting this picture up here. And no, Mom, that's not a political thing. My mom thought the GOAT was like a Democrat or a Republican thing. And I'm like, damn, I don't even I know the full definition between both. No, that was just the goat. Okay.
I thought Brian said I thought Pucka was in my yard earlier today, but it turned out to be just a tree.
Let's go. All right. So big breaking news. Big breaking news. Svitolina and Gal Monfils are having their first baby.
Oh, that would explain why she's not playing the French Open. Oh, good for them.
Congratulations.
It's going to be a beautiful baby.
Yes. Gal Monfils with the wonderful energy.
It's going to be a beautiful baby.
Yes.
You know, mixed babies, they're always gorgeous.
Lovely. Lovely. Is that like a hint that because we have a mixed kid?
They're always beautiful. If you look at models and stuff, some of the most beautiful models, they have a mixture in them.
Yeah, so I think our kids are like blonde haired and dark skinned, so it kind of comes out kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to have a sixth kid?
The picture is terrible. What picture? What picture is terrible, Michael Walker?
Fotografia?
Which is not that painting, right? You're gonna get a foot up your ass like Josh.
Oh,
did.
watch out! Flo will drop some bombs
Josh
on you. Better be careful.
Better
be careful, bro.
Yeah.
No, opinions are okay, but Florence Chan, she lives in Thailand and she travels a lot and she sends us pictures and she got into artistry.
Oh, the video quality. Is anybody having video quality problems like Michael Walker?
Any video issues? If so, I'm very sorry about it. I thought the internet quality was good. Please let us know if the video quality is bad. Man, I hate when that happens too. Where we live, whatever is the video quality bad? Is it glitchy? Sometimes we hear that and it's just someone's local connection and not us. Anyway, Bozadar Juzlesik. No, hi guys, how are you? Very good.
I see it perfect.
Thanks for your comment. Sometimes when you get bad quality, we've put kind of a lot of homework into making it not glitchy.
I don't see it glitchy.
But please let us know if it's bad quality. Very sorry ahead of time. So thanks, Mike Walker, for letting us know.
Quality is okay.
Okay. A new comment, a new person. I haven't seen it. Bozadar Uglesic. No, guys, how are you? Before. Okay, my bad. All right. So how would you rank, by the way, Svitolina and Gal Monfils historically in tennis? Are they goats or are they incredibly good? Or you know, give me a little bit
Monfils made tennis exciting. Could have been, should have been. Well, wasn't, but he makes tennis exciting. One of the greatest athletes I've seen on the sport. Svitolina, a good player.
See, I think
solid player.
I think Monfils was like Tomas Berdych, one of the best players to not have won a major. And then Svitolina, in my opinion, I'm sorry. I think she's a great girl and she's a
good player.
She's a Ukrainian player, and they're going through a lot there.
Good player.
We wish the Ukrainians well and their current unfortunate situation with the Russians. By the way, speaking of Russians and Belarusians, they should not be banned from playing Wimbledon. That's stupid. It makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, let Medvedev, let Azarenka, and then let a bunch of other players play because that has nothing to do with them. And you can't ask them to speak out against their government because they may not be alive in the morning.
Svitolina is a boring player. I agree. Yeah, that's another player of our
just another player. Yeah.
So Willie Spencer said their child will grow up to be a fantastic tennis player, running around by the back wall of their whole career. Then wondering why. But
I don't know though. That's a great comment. Who wrote the question about the tennis player, William Spencer? So here's the thing: is tennis players understand, or especially elite tennis players understand the grind and the no life that comes with being a high-level tennis player. If you're at this level of tennis, you're not going home and playing video games. You're not coming home from school and hanging out with your friends. You are more like playing tennis all day, cramming your homework in there and really training every single day. The difficulty of having a child play a game at a super high level, especially if you have millions of dollars in the bank to give them that make them not have to go through what you went through, right? Mm-hmm. Federer's kids, I can assure you, I hope so, but Federer's kids, all four of them, the two twins respectively, love you, bro. Hope to see you at the US Open. But if you're a billionaire, it's really quite nonsensical to try to force your kids to do what you went through, right?
There's no reason for them to go through.
Look, when we teach our kids on the court, and we have 5 of them, Jonathan's at the Air Force Academy, Christopher's on his way to the Air Force Academy. We have Liliana, who just sang. We have Gabriella, who's 9, and we have Justin Jr., that's 6. Believe me, it's like we pull teeth out. We're gnashing teeth just to get them to hit balls. Now, I understand that sometimes teaching other people's kids is more difficult than teaching our own because we don't give our kids distractions like cell phones and stuff. So you teach other people's kids and you get them in a hot workout and they start sweating. They're like, man, they cry for mommy. I don't want to do this because they're just so used to the AC and their cell phone. Now, this leads me to the next topic, okay? This is the next topic, and this is an important damn topic. Let's go, okay? This is a big one, all right? I kind of ventured into that song like Fish did, going through one song to the next. Next topic is this. My father, who is 84 years young, was a flight surgeon or physician in the Navy for 20 years, was born into the game himself. So his father played, and he's 84. So what does that tell you? 84 years of experience on his side, has coached at the highest levels, coached myself. Anyway, my father was at our club yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
And Carla and I had to take a couple of days off because our second oldest son is about to go to the Air Force Academy. And we got these messages that said, hey, he's got to get a COVID shot. And we have to get this Social Security card. And we knew we couldn't get it on one Friday and one Monday. So we had to kind of use those days and in the middle of the grocery shop and get their clothes for graduation and everything else. Anyway, but my father thought we were going to be there. And he went up there and didn't know we had to take some needed time off to do such. And he pulled up and he sent Carla a message at once. Carla, can you read that message and maybe even read it slowly and let everybody understand this message? So this message was from my father, 84 years young, longtime coach player. And this message came from him when he pulled up to an empty club on Saturday.
He said, departing Mirror Lake, amazed that on this pretty tennis morning, the courts aren't sparkling with activity. As it is, though, here they are, all 8 of them, playerless. This may illustrate why U.S. tennis dominance isn't as strong as it once was. Goodness, my mind's flooded at the moment with memories of the countless times spent waiting for a court. Well, there's that saying heard so often these days. It's all good.
Yeah, right.
Woo.
Thoughts on that, Carla?
Oh, yeah. Trouble mindset. COVID was 2 years ago, guys. I know, but to go into military academy, you must have all your COVID shots. So otherwise you get disqualified. You are not allowed in the military academies if you don't have it. Williams versus blah, 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 blah. All right, they're still talking. I mean, it's so true. I remember when I was a kid in New York, I played at Leif Erikson Park in New York, Brooklyn, New York. And my dad, we literally fought for courts. We would wait there. And we would run up as soon as somebody left and put up our nets.
You brought your own nets?
Yeah, we fought for those courts.
Go.
We fought. My dad would fight. He would fight with people. He'd be like, you've been here over an hour, blah, 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 blah. And then, oh my God, everybody was fighting. And now?
Chirp.
Nobody's playing tennis.
Chirp.
Nobody's playing tennis. It's like, what the hell? And that's why we've lost the American dominance that we had, because everybody, when I was my age, back in the 80s, 90s, we were all playing, we were all on the tennis court. And it just wasn't for 1 hour. You would get off, let somebody else play, or my dad would take us to another park, or we'd let them get off. Or some people would bring their coolers and they would stay there the whole day.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's ask you a couple of questions here. Why is this?
Tennis Brothers said same thing in the UK, to be honest.
Let's go,
and
Tennis
that's
Brothers.
Why you guys don't have any players from the UK.
Let's go.
Except
Come
Rada
on.
Kanhu.
Let's go, Tim Henman. Where you at, Tim Henman? Hinman Hill. Yeah. Andy Murray. Speaking of Andy Murray, just for a moment. What's up, Tennis Brothers? Love you guys a lot. But Andy Murray pulled out of Roland Garros because he says he's, quote, building up for Wimbledon. I don't blame him on the hip. But okay, why is this so, though? Why is it that we show up to clubs now that are beautiful clubs? We are blessed to teach at a beautiful club and run the whole thing. And it's such a blessing to be able to do that. We have a big tournament coming up, by the way, the Father's Day Classic, which is coming up June 17th, 18th, and 19th. I'm surprised the draws haven't started to pick up. And this is what I'm saying. If the draws don't pick up and people start signing up, we won't have the tournament. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is and this is a real worry. Carl and I have thrown multiple tournaments over the years and they always fill up. And here, sometimes it's tough to fill up. And I won't get into the internet aspect of that. But anyway, why is this so? Is it because a lot of coaches these days, not just here in this area, but abroad, are few and far between? Is it that sometimes Carl and I will go to a tournament or go to a different club to check it out, or because our kids are playing in a tournament there, and you see coaches that are doing this tap, tap, tap. I don't care if the coaches are charging you $1, much less $50. The level of coaching at the majority of the places, whether it's here or elsewhere that we have seen, and I mean between California, Vermont, Virginia Beach, I'm not talking just here. I know a lot of time coaches around here give us a hard time or think we're singling them out because they think we're talking about them, but we're not.
You are. Be real.
Okay.
What?
Okay. What? Okay. You can't expect your kids to be great if you take them to a lesson and you pay $50 an hour and all they do is do this. No vocality, no strategy, no tactics, no physicality, no workout, no nothing. And that's a problem, number one. Cell phones, smartphones, rather.
No, I think
smartphones is a big freaking problem.
I think it's the parents' fault.
Explain.
We teach at a club where most of these parents are financially doing well. They spoil their kids. They take them out on the boat. They take them on vacation. They go do this, do that. Stuff that's really not going to help them in the future. And that it is the parents' fault. At our club, I think it has to do that people are financially well and don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I think if we go to New York and we go to one of those public parks, we might still see people practicing. But I think it's the area that we are in. That is the issue.
Yeah, and how do we correct that? And by the way, speaking of parents, and this has nothing to do with tennis or anything, but parents seem to think that they can start preparing their children for college and the rest of their life, like their junior year of high school. I start my 6-year-old with ACT questions as of now. And yes, I understand my 6-year-old has no idea what physics is or no idea what microbiology is, but I want him to start to be able to see how these questions look, what some of the symbols are, so he can ask me, hey, Dad, what's this symbol? What's that 8 turn sideways for? It's infinity. He may not know anything about it currently, but if he gets it polished a little bit in his head now, when we get there in the future, he won't be so damn lost. Cell phones. What's the problem with smartphones? If I pull out this damn phone and I can pull up my screen and I can play a ching, 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 ching game and get XP, 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 XP.
Our son does that. Ching, ching.
Look, man. Look.
But yeah, he's going to the Air Force Academy.
He's going to the Air Force Academy. But if you can give your kid one of these things and they feel accomplished when they get 2,500 XP, it's hard to get them proud or pumped up about winning a trophy. And all in all, one of the younger students we teach right now, and her name is Helen, and I know she'll never see this, and I'll write it down just in case. 5726. So Helen is 11, about to turn 12, and she always comes in and she's dialed in and she's thinking and she's processing information. I wish that Helen could write a story or a nonfiction type story about how she is able to stay upbeat about learning, because it's really, really damn hard these days to get kids to learn. You had a student out the other day. It was like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, somewhere in there, maybe 10. And she like gave up and was looking for mommy within like 2 minutes. Like, is that some of the problem?
That is the problem. The parents.
Oh, this is hard, mommy. Come get me. Okay, here you go. Here's your phone. Here's your new outfit. Whatever. Work. Get ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think. Yeah. I think the problem is that parents have made it a little too easy for their kids.
Too easy. And it may be right now.
They're okay with.
Yeah, and what the parents, and believe me, we're parents. We have 5. What the parents, I think, forget is that what happens when the parents get old and maybe they kick the bucket, and then you've got these kids here that are so used to being silver spoon fed. How are they going to support their kids and grandkids?
I see it all the time.
How are they going to fight?
It all the time.
They're going to.
Parents have the money and they don't even push their.
What happens when mommy and daddy don't have that money? How are they going to fight? Are they going to just lean on somebody else or? I mean, what are they going to do? I don't know the answer to the question, but I wouldn't give a damn if we had 2 cents or 200 cents or whatever. I'm going to damn sure make sure my 6-year-old's already starting to prepare for the ACT, and I'm going to damn sure make sure all of my kids, unless they're already accepted into college, does not have a damn smartphone. That's a fact. Ask all of them. Okay, By the way, I'm throwing this in there. The NBA, the National Basketball Association playoffs. Okay, basketball. Scoop. I love basketball. I love to play it. But there are 2 game 7s today. 2 game 7s. So we have the Dallas Mavericks playing the Phoenix Suns, and we have Milwaukee Bucks playing the Boston Celtics. Who do you got and why? There's a lot of good storylines for this NBA, these playoffs. I think for the game 7s between the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks, we have Luka Doncic, the Slovenian, with the likes of Chris Paul playing on the other side. I would like to see Chris Paul go ahead and get that dub. So, he's like older, right? So I think the storyline in the West is to go ahead and let Chris Paul kind of get that matchup against Steph Curry and Draymond and to play in the Western Conference Finals. On the Eastern side of the board, Milwaukee Bucks and the potential repeat champions, Giannis, what's up? And as well, the Boston Celtics. I'm hoping the Celtics win that, by the way. I love the young crew at the Celtics. The coach that was there the past couple of years went into management. They brought another young man in, dominating. So I would love to see in the finals, the Boston Celtics. What's up, Tatum? What's up, Brown? Let's go. I would love to see the Celtics match up against the veteran, except Booker, the young man, the point guard, light-skinned brother. Let's go. Match up against the Celtics in the finals. And I would love to see the Phoenix Suns go ahead and take the championship. And so Chris Paul could go ahead and get that instant first ballot Hall of Fame type deal. However, don't forget about Golden State. Don't forget about Golden State. Let's go.
Oh, we didn't talk about Djokovic 1000.
Let's go.
Mitrovic said Greek Carla Kid is too chubby for tennis.
Who's too chubby?
So Chukwu said, but I should bet that I put my money in Novak's son because of the kid's discipline in the family.
Novak's got a fat kid?
No, he's not. He's not.
Whoa. Can you get a picture of this?
No.
You keep reading comments. Okay, so I never even know about this. Novak's got a fat kid?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, let me find out, Novak.
The only reason I don't think that his kid would ever be good at him is because Novak went through something that his son will never go through.
So is he insinuating Novak's got a plumpy kid?
I don't know.
Okay, let's find him. Novak Djokovic, he's got a son?
No, I don't think he'll even play tennis, Chukwu. I think he'll choose a different career.
Look, I'm surprised Chukwu even came up with this. Novak Djokovic.
He didn't say that his son was. Mitrovic said his son was kind of chubby.
Oh, shit. We're going to find out. We're going to find out, bro.
But Novak was chubby, too.
Oh, we're going to find out.
Novak's son.
Because Novak was eating pizza because his parents had a pizza place when he was little. Okay. I don't see Sir Chubbs a lot. I see a pretty good looking young man. He, I can't give him any problems here. I'll show you. I'll try to get one for you. Can I find a picture? Okay. Fine. Oh, I might have one. It's loading. We're not ignoring you. Making eye contact.
No, making eye contact. Just got the baby cheeks that most kids.
I don't see any cheeky.
Okay, so no.
Looks like a pretty good thing.
Okay, there it is. He sent me. He's not chunky.
He's a handsome man. Come on. Let's go, Novak Jr. Let's go, bro. Come on.
Novak's teaching him the shoelace strategy.
Oh yeah, check it out. Look, Chukwuemeka says no, Novak's son just played his first tennis match. Novak said after his first match. Anyway, so he's played.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can you show me the shoelace thing again? Show me the shoelace thing again. Now we're gonna explain why this is something. Okay. So here's a picture here of Novak Djokovic tying his son's shoelace. Okay. All right. What's up, Thomas Brukowitz? Let's go, Thomas Brukowitz.
You did that to that kid.
You did that.
And you messed up that kid.
Let's go, Thomas Brukowitz.
That was years ago.
Yeah, we paid attention to that. So, you can't have medical timeouts and all these timeouts. But you know what you can do? You can say, oh, damn, my shoelace is broken. Ask Sissy Paz for multiple times. And we can come on court and change the shoelace. What's up, Philly cheese dog? Seeing you guys roll that. But it's okay. There's no rule against it. It's in your playbook. Let's go. Right?
Bakery.
Let's go, Thomas. Let's go. What is that in 103, like 103.30 or something? Mm-hmm. All right, I'm out. You want to take any comments?
No, congrats to Novak on his 1,000 win, right? 1,000 winning career. What 1,000? They gave him a cake for it. He's still got a long way to go to beat Connors, who's at 1274, Federer 1251, Lendl 1068, Nadal 1051.
Do you think Roger Federer is simply trying to continue to play so he can beat Jimmy Connors' timeless record? I think he has 15 more matches to go to beat it. Can Roger Federer, if he does come back,
just play some cheesy ass tournaments?
Just play some cheesy bullshit. He could play.
If that's the record he wants.
Yeah, he can play Basel.
I'd rather have the slam record. Just saying.
Federer could hypothetically play Basel until he was 74 and
Yeah.
surpass that record easily.
And say, Novak, you'll never get it.
Yeah. he could play Basel for the next 15 years and win maybe one first round 50% of the time, and he would get there.
Yeah, he would get there.
Okay. One's in the chat if Federer should play as many matches in Basel on a cane as it takes for him to beat Jimmy Connors in that record. All right.
Yeah. The quality is amazing as the photo behind. Yes.
Let's go.
Well,
Who said that?
I know there's a lot of Novak fans.
Oh, Amr Joker. Okay, so we have to repeat
I
this.
know that
I haven't seen the name before.
Yes, you have. Amor Joker, you have seen it.
Amr Joker? The quality is
Justin's
amazing.
like
Is the photo behind?
You've seen it before.
When?
He's been a viewer.
How do you know it's not?
I remember that name.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go, Djokovic, back in the thick of it. Let's go.
Anyways, I know many Novak fans will be rooting for him. Of course, I will be rooting for Nadal.
Let's get down.
I'll be rooting
Nadal, who?
I'll be rooting for Nadal. 2, I'll root for him. 3, I'll root for Alcaraz.
Let's go.
4, I'll root for Chapo, maybe.
She was brain lapsed. Okay, on the men's side for me. Oh, by the way, before we get into that, are there any dark horses on the men's or women's side? Any dark horses?
They're all dark horses on the women's side.
Yeah. Are there any dark horses?
See, I've always been watching your show. See, I told you. You just didn't remember the name.
Okay, well, anytime I see the Joker, I'm like excited. Is there any dark horses on the men's or the women's side that you think that has a chance to win Roland Garros? Wawrinka, that's not really a dark horse. He's won it before.
All the women are dark horses. All of them.
Every one of them?
Every single one of them, including the qualifiers, has a chance to win the French Open.
Is it possible that Francesca Schiavone comes out of retirement and wins the French?
Every
Is it
single one has
possible?
it. We might as well go fly over there and try to play.
Let's go. Not me, because
The
I can't.
men,
Not me.
dark horses. No, I don't see it. It's going to be tough.
Yes. Also, too, I have to give a shout out now to Cam Williams. Cam Williams, by the way, is the GOAT in our opinion. This isn't pre-planned. I'm just telling you, no correlation whatsoever. But we teach it at a club, and here comes a major, and it's the first major that we've entertained teaching at this club. And we went out and bought a new Bluetooth speaker for just the French Open today. And we got like this little all tech type thing. It's pretty cool. It has lights and everything on it. But Cam Williams, as every tournament when we teach, but especially this one, will be kind of the bread and butter of keeping up with everything. So anyway, thanks so much to you, bro. We love you a lot. And we really, really wish you the best.
See, Charlo Maya, I'm glad you agree
Yeah.
with WTA's dark horse from top to down. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Just saying.
All right, so I'm out. Take
Me too,
comments,
I'm out.
whatever.
I'm out.
I'm weighing
I'm
in.
gonna chill,
Ding,
relax,
ding, 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 ding.
Have a good Sunday, relax, get my schedule. Then tomorrow we got to go.
Let's go. We got to get the courts ready for.
And we got to
for
go
next
get
week.
Christopher
So-
to his appointment, Gabby to her appointment. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have 8 clay courts, and it's the hot season, so weeds grow really quickly, and we had to take a couple of days off to catch up with not seeing our kids for like 5 months and get their appointments and dental appointments and shots and social security cards up to date so they can proceed on in life. And we're going to go tomorrow. And by the way, you know what we need to do? And I think about it every time I groom the courts. I always tell myself we should do a how-to video in segments of how to take care of clay courts.
Can we just do what we got to do tomorrow and not do that tomorrow?
I don't say we have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. When you have that little twinkle in your eye, can we just?
No, I got a twinkle in my eye.
Yeah, I already know.
I'm twinkling?
He loves to record every single moment.
So now I'm a twinkle, twinkle, little star.
I'm surprised you haven't recorded every moment. You waking up?
I've tried that, but you say no.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just kidding. All right. Anyway, adios. Don't forget, if you are going to play the $500 cash giveaway for Roland Garros, and if you are interested in playing the $100 to the top 2 players for our fantasy team giveaway on the playlist, and there's 3 playlists the video's on. It's titled 2022 Roland Garros / French Open $500 cash giveaway / $100 fantasy team competition. Watch that video. Shout out to Gene Swart in South Africa. What's up, my man? Shout out to Thomas Chi in Canada. What's up, my man? Both of these gentlemen both created computer programs to record and keep up with the scores. And that begins when the first ball is struck on the first round of the Open. All right.
Thank God for Carlos squashing that idea. Laugh out loud.
What idea was it?
How do we groom the courts?
All right. Fair enough.
All right.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Adios, muchachos. See ya.